And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and today we are reviewing LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, released in 2022 on multiple platforms. I played it on the Switch, personally. Thank you to Jeffofthemellows for letting me borrow this game, by the way, and giving me the chance to play it. Thank you. There will be more from him coming soon, don't worry. But, this is like one of the more newly released LEGO games at the time of recording this. So I was very, very excited to play it. It is considered one of the best LEGO games ever made, which is a high calling because there's a lot of great LEGO games. So how did it stack up? We'll get down to it. I got a lot of thoughts on it though. So let's jump right into it, shall we? First off, we have to talk about the graphics of this game. The presentation of the game overall, I should say. I mean, it has to be the best. Like, oh my god, they look fucking amazing. When I first booted up the game, I was like, this is a LEGO game? Doesn't look like one. Holy moly, does it look good. There's just a lot of things. It just looks very clean and crisp and looks awesome to play. And it's a new step. It's a real new step, and I love it. It definitely helps remind us that the game was delayed for 2 years. Like, I don't think it was that bad of a problem, but I don't know. So, I mean, there's that, and then there's also just a ton to do. I mean, I think I talk about this in pretty much every LEGO game that I play. But there is a ton to do in this game, both in the story and the free play of this game. There's just a ton of stuff to do. Tons of stuff to look for, and it doesn't have as strong though of a replay value as I would say for other LEGO games. It does have the replay value, but to me, in a lot of LEGO games, they show you stuff that you can collect, but you need a certain character or a certain ability to do it that you don't get at that point when you play it the first time around. In this game, there's not really that. There's other stuff that you can collect and do, but you're not going to see it on a first playthrough, unless you're trying to go for 100% completion, or you've played it before, you know it's there, or you see it online or something like that. You're not going to see it as much. And there's some exceptions to that rule, obviously, but there's not always that. So, and also a lot of the collectibles, I mean, just to branch off of that, they're really hard to find. I mean, there's a lot of hard finds in this game. I thought the easiest part to find were the mini kits, and if you play a LEGO game, the mini kits are usually not the easiest to find in the game. They shouldn't be, at least. It also just doesn't, the game just doesn't, I guess it's also part because the game doesn't incentivize exploration as much as other LEGO games. It felt like a much more linear LEGO game than other ones. All the LEGO games, in my opinion, are pretty linear, but they always let you walk around, explore places, so that you can break stuff, build things, interact with characters, get the collectibles, and all that kind of stuff. This game does not necessarily incentivize that as much. There's a lot of waypoints that direct you in one certain direction. You can even move faster in this game than normal games. There's like a second speed mode to go faster, which just doesn't let you see as much as you're walking around through the game. So unless, again, it's there and you want to go back and play it, new players, though, aren't going to see that. And that's kind of something that, wish they didn't really miss out on. And then, also, the game really just doesn't incentivize breaking stuff and building it again as much as other LEGO games, in my opinion. And it's a LEGO game. The whole point with Legos is to break it and rebuild it and do new things with it and everything like that. Most of the stuff was pre-built, or it's like a very, very tiny project, or something like that, or you just kick a door to open it. It doesn't actually break. Most of the studs are just out in the open to get. Like, what? No. What the fuck, LEGO? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you? No, obviously that's not always the case. There's still stuff that you can break and build. You can always break stuff. There's just not, it's not as much a core part of completing the missions or the levels. You still do it, but it doesn't get you anything. And I think that's kind of a turnoff for people that maybe want to see that happen, play some of the older games. So that's something that's another thing that they missed out on, in my opinion. And also kind of like this, man, there were some really weird stopping points in this game. You begin the game. There's no like hub or anything. You just start the game and you think, okay, this is like a hub to the first level. And before you know it, the first level's over. Huh? Like, there would be points where, like, oh, yeah, the level's complete. Woohoo, did all this great stuff. And then you'd be in, like, hub world. And then, like, oh, you jump to the next level. There'd be some points like that. And other points, you just jump straight into it and start walking around and doing all this kind of stuff. It was really inconsistent, and it was really, really jank. I did not care for it at all. And really, it just, like, it was really hard to figure out when I was in a level and when I wasn't. Which makes me think, was not all of the story included in the levels? Isn't that the whole point of having the levels? Is to include everything that you want in the main story in all the levels? Is that not the point? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's kind of the point, right? I don't know. It was just really, really, really confusing. And, you know, I mean, again, it's still pretty linear. You just keep going and doing stuff, and then eventually the game is over, but I don't know, it just was really hard to increment progress, and especially when you go back to free play mode, it's a little weird too. So I don't know, and that was a part that I just didn't like. But still, overall, though, I think this is a really good game. It's a Lego game, obviously, so it has a certain high level of quality to it. But compared to like what a lot of people say, this is not one of my favorite Lego games. It's not. It's good, and I definitely am glad I got to play it. And there's a lot of fun stuff to it, but compared to like Lego Jurassic World, Lego Harry Potter, even like Lego Caribbean, like Pirates of the Caribbean, it does not fit. I mean, even compared to Star Wars, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga is a really good game. This one doesn't compare, in my opinion. So you can fight with me all you want in the comments, but that's my opinion. I just don't get it. I just did not get it at all. Maybe I'm just an old soul when it comes to these Lego games. You know, I kind of crapped on Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, another newer Lego game. Same with Lego The Incredibles and that. Well, Lego Incredibles I liked. It was pretty good. But Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 was just okay. This one is also just okay. So, my final score, I'm going to have to give it a good 7. 7 out of 10. I liked it. I didn't really like it, though. And you gotta take that in consideration. I think a lot of people will like this game. Again, it's a Lego game. There's a lot of fun stuff to see. However, you know, you just gotta know some things coming in. It's not going to be your typical Lego game experience. Okay? So, there you go. But that's going to do it, though, for this video. If you've ever played Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video as well. So stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.